emergency would be the discovery of Kaylee's body, and the sheriff's office has received a lot of tips from people who think they saw Casey in some unusual places right before Kaylee's disappearance was reported. For the second time, Channel 9 found an eyewitness who led us to a wooded area along Boggy Creek Road, south of Tradeport Drive and right next to Orlando International Airport. Channel 9's Steve Barrett is on Boggy Creek Road, and Steve, you're not too far from the Anthony home, are you?
No, as the crow flies, it's about 5 miles from here to the Anthony home. We're in a place where this witness gave us a detailed description of something he saw out here, a car just like Casey's sitting out here looking like it was broken down or something. He says, but he also saw a woman walking out of this clearing.
White car, black bra on the front.
Paul Kovach says he truly believes he saw Casey Anthony's car parked along the roadside in late June, as he and a friend slowly trolled for scrap metal on the roadside.
I knew something was wrong then. If Jimmy would have just stopped, we'd been all right.
Kovach says he wanted to see if the woman needed help, but his friend would only slow down as the woman walked out of a wooded area wearing a large straw hat, where a bridge of old tires is the only access to railroad tracks, very secluded railroad tracks.
That area right there is where she was coming out of the woods with a shovel.
Kovach says he's called law enforcement and 2 tip lines to report what he saw, but to his knowledge, no one has checked out his story. And he says one other thing seemed strange. A well-dressed man pretending to fish from a nearby bridge and talking on a cell phone, possibly watching the road for approaching cars. He wasn't dressed like he was wandering the woods.
No, he was well dressed.
Kovach says the woman definitely looked like Casey Anthony, wearing the big straw hat, big red sunglasses, and he says she had a shovel and a bag.
Trying to get the bag and the shovel into the trunk, she darn near knocked her hat off her head, ran her head into the car and everything.
Now, keep in mind, we have no knowledge whether this area has been searched. They could have had dogs, divers all over here. We just don't know. And the sheriff's office told us today they're not going to give us any information about tips or evidence, including red sunglasses or big straw hats. But let me make this point. Kovach told me today he's so sure of what he saw out here, he is actually considering gathering together his own search team from people at work and people that are friends of his and coming out here and trying to search this area up and down the tracks himself. Reporting live in Orange County, Steve Barrett, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.